meet you virtually.
It is so nice to find. I know. I feel like I already know you because I stalk you, obviously.
Oh
but
my God, thank you. I feel like I already know you, but
you do.
I probably do. How close are you to your character, Jasmine, do you think?
Oh my God. Too close, probably.
Too close? I think a lot of us are pretty close. We can go there.
I feel like I know I have a little bit more of like a filter than she does, maybe.
Yeah.
But I'm
just the room. You could read the room a little better than she can.
Yeah, but like I think like we have like the same like amount of loyalty and the same amount of like chutzpah.
Yeah, she's a good character. I like that character a lot. She's really like herself, unapologetically herself. So just like I am this person, and I don't really give it. And like she's so herself. I love it.
I love it. I love her too. I just really love that they like kind of let me show more sides of her, because when we first started, like I knew already that there were, you know, so many different sides to her, because like I am her. Right. So I definitely wanted to like show like, you know, you got to check on your extroverted friends. You got to,
so true.
You know what I mean? Because like typically like, you know, she leads with like that sexuality and that knowledge of sexuality and that like confidence, but it's so that you don't see, you know, her insecurities and like how much she's hurting and like how much she's going through at home, you know?
Right. And we all know people like that. Like I've grown up with people like that they seem like they're the most confident, the most like, you know, and then it's like,
girl, you got a filter? I need a filter. I'm not going to be the only one.
Girl, I had to put on this filter because I saw all the options and I'm like, I just can't not. I'm using retro
one, but this one, like, I have to like not do the one where my eyes are blue because that's just too much. I'll just do this one.
I'm doing a low-key one right here. Okay, let's see.
I mean, you're gorgeous. Like,
thank you. So are you. You are gorgeous as well. I've been reading up on you. I saw that you're Cuban and Mexican.
Yeah. And I found out like so many other things too. I have a lot of like Spanish in me.
Did you do my the DNA test?
I did my DNA test. It was like all over the place. It was just like, you're a lot of things. Like, just
what did you get? Because I just did mine like a couple weeks ago.
Cuban, Mexican. I had a lot more French than I knew.
Interesting.
Irish, definitely Spanish. I had the like Iberian Peninsula.
Me too.
You know, I have a lot of Portuguese, and my husband's Portuguese too. So we're gonna have Portuguese and Italian. So we're gonna have a very interesting mix if we are lucky to have, you know, kids in the future.
You know,
now.
My fiance and I got like pretty much the same. Oh, thank you. We've been engaged for 2 years, girl. It's a long one.
Girl, I was engaged for 2 years before I got married too. So don't.
Yeah, it's just we just don't see the rush on getting married right away because we already live together. We own a business together. We're so busy all the time. So as much as we want to do it, it's just not. It never becomes a priority for some reason. But we both have like identical DNA results, like different percentages. But we're both Spanish, Portuguese, African. He has. I think I got Angolan, and Nigerian, like all this stuff, and he has
How much did you get? Because I'm only 5% African. I was like, damn.
Damn, I can't tell you right away, right off the bat, but I think I got 7%.
Ah, more than me. I want it to be a little bit of everything. Like, that's the thing that I think is so beautiful about this world, is that like getting your ancestry back. I was like, it could say anything and I would be so happy and so proud, you know?
Me too. I just really wanted a mix though. Like I just wanted, because I've always felt like I know that I have a light skin tone and I totally enjoy the privileges of having a light skin tone. I'm not ignorant to that, but I did want to see as much culture in my background as possible because I feel like my upbringing was so multi, you know what I mean? Like our food is so like different and the way we dance, and I'm like, there's got to be more than European in here. Like there's got to be.
You're like, these damn colonizers came out of everywhere.
Yeah, like come on, give me something, give me some culture in here. But no, I was happy. I had Native American, I had African in there. I had a lot of things that made me feel like, okay, this is good. This is who I am.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm so excited.
And I also have to show you because my beat is all you do.
Me too. I did it. And a super quick beat. I don't know about you, but my sleep schedule is so messed up from this whole thing.
No.
For you guys, are you guys like on hiatus right now, or what's going on?
Oh yeah, we don't even know if we are gonna get a 4th season. Like we have no idea.
You're gonna get a 4th season, and you have to get a 4th season.
They like to hold us like keeping us like guessing. I have no idea. And now with all of this going on, who knows?
Right. And who decides that? Like Netflix?
I call him an entity. It's like a Netflix entity. And like I always, like right before we launch too, I get so scared of spoiling anything. I'm like, these Netflix like spies are
these
just gonna
overlords
like fall down from the ceiling and like attack me for like any spoilers. And you know what's so funny is so many other Netflix shows can like spoil things, or like they'll post pictures of like things. If we post anything from set before we launch, there's an email. There will be an email in our inbox like, y'all know that you can't post things before we launch. And I'm like, this show,
I wonder if it's because like each show or account has like its own account manager or its own person that's like in charge of it, and then like depending on their, I don't know, just trying to make I
mean,
make sense.
Good for them.
Yeah, I think that's so freaking cool that a show like yours is on Netflix on such a global platform. If you guys haven't seen On My Block, I'm sure a lot of the people here watching are your fans, but for the Alamar mommies that haven't seen On My Block, it is such a cool show about a neighborhood, pretty much a very multicultural neighborhood. There's a lot of different things going on. It's really funny and lighthearted, but it also deals with really, really serious topics like gang violence and just, you know, things going on at home. And it's a really, really cool show for Latinos and Black people. I really gotta say, like, I'm so happy.
Thank you.
It really is. It's cool for everybody, but it's like, damn, it feels good to have a show like that out.
Well, it feels good too, because I feel like so many of these characters have been side characters and everybody else's white narrative.
Very true.
And
like the friend, like, the quirky friend, or the...
Yeah, I have been every white girl's friend on every single show that I have ever been on. So the fact that, like, I got a last name, I got a house, I got a room this year, you got to meet my dad last season.
You got
like,
friends.
Exactly.
Other
so
friends,
it's definitely, you know, I'm very grateful, because I know a lot of people in my position have not gotten this far or have been, you know, blessed to be working like I am. So I'm just like, I'm thankful, because there's a lot of talented Latinos out here trying to work. So
I think your show is a great start. I think it's only gonna get better. I feel like I really am positive and like I'm optimistic about the future of media. I feel like we see so many good shows now, and everybody's a different color, and it's like, yeah, that's how it is. It's a representation of life. We all are. So I'm hopeful. I think that it's only gonna continue.
You know what, and it has everything to do with the fact that, you know, our show is doing well. Our show is doing well because of you telling your friends and their friends telling their friends. Like, we didn't have like a whole lot of media attention the first couple seasons. So the fact that it was all pretty much word of mouth that was really getting us, you know, these numbers. And we, like, that's why we owe so much of our show to everyone who, like, you know what I mean? Like, they make edits, like our fans make edits of us every single, there's just incredible filmmakers in the making right now, and they look like us. And that, I feel like, is going to be the reason why our stories get told more often, is because now I feel like kids are seeing themselves and going, oh my God, I can star in my own show. I can write my own show. Like, I
could write a show. I could direct, because people, you know, that grew up, I'm sure, the way we did, like, we're parents of, I mean, we're children of immigrants. I'm personally an immigrant too. Those type of careers aren't even options. It's like, no, they're not even talked about. Those types of like creative careers where you could do grip on a show, do makeup on a set, like, it's not even an option. We're given, like, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a dentist, like, you got to do something with a degree, and that's the only thing that's legit. So it's cool to see.
But it's also like, I feel like us as a people, we live in such a place of gratitude, that because we're so grateful that we're here, we're so grateful that we're in this country, that it was really hard, especially for our parents, to ask for more. To think that you can aspire to be more, because you kind of let your gratitude decide that you don't deserve more.
Yes, it's like, don't get greedy. Like, don't get greedy. Like, we're already here. We have this. Like, do something stable. Like, don't be taking chances, because that's when you mess everything up. That's so accurate. But at the same time,
there's such a balance between being grateful and understanding that you deserve, you know, you are just as American as anybody else, and you deserve that dream.
Yeah. Now I'm at a place where it's like, I'm as grateful as it can be, but with the intention of like, my gratitude's gonna grow more possibility and more opportunity, and like, I'm so grateful. I couldn't be more grateful. I can't wait to get even more. Like, I want more. We all want more. We all deserve to have like the absolute best out of life, no matter where you come from.
But now so many, you know, little girls and boys and everyone in between look up to you and go, oh my God, I'm Latino, I'm Latinx, I can like make a beauty line and call it all about like Havana Nights, and like, this is so beautiful.
And I don't know if maybe you won't agree with me on this, but I grew up in Hialeah. I know you're originally from South Florida, right?
Central Florida.
Okay? Orlando, right?
Get it right. Central Florida, the 407.
Did you ever come down here? Did you ever see like Miami, Hialeah?
Miami, yeah. Oh my God, I came here for every wedding, quince. Like, oh yeah.
Okay, so you know that like down here, like Latinos are the majority. Like we're all Latino down here. Like I say it all the time. Like I didn't meet a white person till like later on in life. Same with like I don't have a lot of black friends. I don't have a lot of white friends. Like all of the people in my life are Latinos. So I didn't really understand how important it was for me to be like outwardly Latina because to me I was like, oh, it's like everybody around me is. But then when I see myself like juxtaposed compare like next to the rest of the country, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta show up and be this because there's other, like I didn't realize that. And when I first came to the US, I didn't want to be Latina. I wanted to speak English. I was embarrassed to speak Spanish because I was like, oh, I want to like be like with these like my peers, even though they were Hispanic too, but they had already been here forever, so they all spoke English. And I was like so scared because I came, you know, and I had to learn English and all of that, and I'm like, I don't want to speak Spanish anymore. Like I'm American. And it's like it's so crazy how that changes over time when you're like, oh no, what makes me cool and what makes me unique and interesting is the fact that I am different and I wasn't born here and I have a new perspective to bring. And it's just all like your own perception of yourself and how that changes over time through things like what you're doing and what I'm doing that give you like another. Sorry, someone slammed the door.
You're like having a real moment right now and there's doors slamming. No,
yeah, literally like disrespect.
I had a very different experience, like being from Orlando. Like you had like there were a ton of Latinos, but like in my school, in my private school, it was like all the Latinos did not speak Spanish, like not a single one, or at least not at school. So I had a good mix of diverse friends, but it was never like, oh, I'm Latino and this is what it means to be Latino. I would like be kind of like speaking English all the time, go home, and my whole family would speak Spanish, but I would respond in English, and that was just kind of how it was.
Got it.
Like, I mean, my grandmother and my grandparents and my mom, like, were so, like, I mean, very disappointed that I didn't speak Spanish, but I also got so nervous to try because they would correct me so quickly that I kind of got a complex.
I get you. It's like, oh, I don't even want to try. It's hard, and I don't know how to do it.
No, and then I was like, okay, like maybe, you know, maybe I'm not like whatever that it's supposed to be Latino. Maybe I'm not. And then you get stuck in between these two worlds that neither one fully accepts you.
100%, the hyphen.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not a hyphen. Like, like
I'm just a human being with two cultures raging inside of me. That's exactly what I feel.
And they're beautiful, but everybody's experience is different. And I think that's what's so hard to trying to hold a culture on your back in a show is that I'm Mexican and I'm playing a Mexican, but my Mexican experience is going to be very different than other Mexican experiences. Or, you know what I mean? I'm not expressing a Peruvian like story or a Puerto Rican story. And when there aren't those two stories out there, you're relying on mine to tell yours, and I can't.
It's so true. Like, that's so true. That's why in the past they've made all these Latina characters we've had in the past so like neutral and like so bland
and so sassy.
Yeah, it's like we just gotta make you everything and like let's not ask where you're from. You are Latina. Forget it. And it's like okay,
but it would be so fun growing up and watching shows with like English speaking Latinas on TV and like them being like playing Puerto Rican, and my mom's like, that's not a Puerto Rican accent. No, that's not it. Like, oh, you're Colombian, and then they're like watching another one and you're like, you're not Venezuelan, you're Peruvian, like, you know what I mean? We can tell. Yeah, and people here don't understand that because like we're watching like movies where people are supposed to be in France in 1713 and they all have British accents, and you're like, what the hell is this bullshit?
People here don't really know the difference. When I first started like getting on social media and like doing lives like this and stuff, the question I would get often is, are you Mexican? What part of Mexico are you from? Oh, like, and it's just, oh, you're so white to be Mexican. And I'm just like, wow, like people don't know that there are other countries.
Right. And there are blonde hair, blue-eyed Mexicans, okay?
100%. Yeah, right. 100%. Mexican is a country. It's not a race. Yeah. Right. It's just learning things over time that people just, even myself, I have to like deprogram myself and learn new things all the time. Because like you said, it's a different experience. I have a friend that is from Tampa and she has like really, really, really like beautiful, wild, curly hair. She's Puerto Rican, like 100% Puerto Rican. And she's like, oh, I was the only person of color in my private school in Tampa. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible? I grew up with nothing but Latinos around me. Like, it's just such a different experience. So her Latin experience is completely different than mine. She kind of like had to be white in a sense. Like her accent is different than mine. Everything is different than mine because she just kind of had to just like go with the flow of things. And it's like, it's just like you said, like in California, like East LA, like that Mexican experience is so different from like, well, I'm sure what you experienced in Central Florida.
And that doesn't make you more or less of anything. And you hit the nail on the head talking about just like, there's also so much like colorism in our community. And like, what is really important to me is like, when I tell my own stories and when I, want to write, produce, and direct my own, my own series.
Can't wait for that, by the way.
Right? But like, my big thing is just like, I want an Afro-Latino story told by Afro-Latinos. Like, I have been just recently smacked in the face with my own privilege as a non-Black Latino. And that's something for me where it's like, I can't tell that story, but I know that if I have a show, I'm going to hire writers who have lived that story and who can tell that story. So it's like really important to me that it's like, not only just tell my own narrative, but also help those who have been just as marginalized, if not more.
That is so true. That is such a true thing, like to really take in. Like sometimes your purpose isn't so much about telling your story. It's like if you have an upper hand and you can assist someone and tell their story, you are making such a difference. Then in the future, they already have a platform that you helped make, And as
long as you have the right people telling the story, because it's not going to be me writing what I think an Afro-Latino experience.
No, but peers you've met along the way. I'm sure you've met a lot of talented writers and directors and actresses along the way that happen to be Black and happen to be Latino. But people don't give them that place. They're like, oh, you're Black. Or, or Latinos are like, oh, you're not Black, you're Latino. And it's like, guys, they're not separate entities.
Absolutely.
You can be Black and be Latino. Like you said, like I know that I grew up privileged, and I know that I grew up hearing things that weren't correct. Like, you know how it is in Cuban culture. They're so colorist all the time.
God.
Like, I get celebrated for my skin all the time. Even when I go to Cuba, they're like, oh my God, tan blanquita, your skin is so white. And I'm like, just like, why do you guys fetishize that? Like, I don't understand that. And it's that colonization mindset of like, oh, you're above, you're here, and you're richer, and you're this, and it's not accurate. And I just want that gone from people's perception.
Absolutely. Cheers to that, mama.
But it's real. Cheers.
But that's you also being so inclusive in your line. Like,
I really wanted that. That was like at the forefront of my mission statement. Like, I wanted there to be a color. Every product that I make, like, it's not coming out unless every single person can wear it. Yeah, that's the Dark Rich. Beautiful, right? I love
it. I've used it for a couple of things. I like it. There's a lot of shadow usage I use for it, actually.
Mm-hmm,
but
me too.
If I can tell you how much I use the tan.
Oh my God, look, she rolled off her first.
She's almost done. She's almost
cool.
done.
By the way, I don't know if you want me to share it or not, but I made a coupon code on my website called On My Block. If anybody wants to get 15% off, go for it. On My Block.
Oh my God, I will tell them, please.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm like, might as well. I always do that when I go live with someone so that their audience can try some stuff if they want to, so you guys can get a little percentage off.
Guys, they're like, her lines are absolutely beautiful. Look at this palette.
Thank you. So I made everything, in the image of like what Latino people would love to see their makeup stay. Like, I wanted it to be loud and pretty and vibrant, and I also wanted it to fit every single skin tone possible.
This was me all day. Right here.
Thank you. That was my very first palette.
Really?
Yeah, Reina 1. And I launched her alone with a pair of brushes. And I was like, my whole life's earnings. Every penny I've ever saved was...
Sorry, I have everything.
Thank you. You're so awesome. Thank you for doing this. You're so sweet. You did not have to do this. Like, I really appreciate that you're taking the time to, like, lift me up, and just, it's really nice, and I appreciate it. I want you to know.
Well, you didn't have to do it either, so thank you for...
Oh, are you kidding me? I was like, that is so cool. I love it. I love everything that pushes us forward. I love One Day at a Time. I love On My Block. I love all these cool new things that come out, and just...
One Day at a Time was like literally my life. Like, I lived with my grandmother, my very dramatic grandmother, my whole life, single mom.
I lived with my grandma.
I wish I had a cool brother.
Yeah, I wish I had a cool brother too. Yeah, I'm an only. I have a stepsister, but I grew up alone with my mom. Like, I'm an only child on her side. So,
yeah, but I've half siblings, but we don't really talk.
It'd be like that. Life. It'd be like that.
Hentified. Somebody said Hentified. If you have not watched Hentified on Netflix, you have to.
I haven't seen Hentified.
You haven't watched it?
No, what is that?
Girl, first of all, this it's Hentified. It's all about gentrification in Boyle Heights, and it's shot in Boyle Heights. The cast is incredible. It's produced by America Fiera.
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah, I know. And the cast, so many of them are like brand new faces you've never seen before, but like you're going to fall in love with them. Like they are so incredible, and actually just as humans, like just such good people. It's so good. Like so many people are saying Hantified is so good. It's so good.
I'm all over it. I can't wait to see that. That's exciting. Yeah. And if you guys have any other things you want to recommend, I am open to it. I want to start watching Carmen Sandiego. I haven't seen that either, and I really want to see it.
I know. Is there a new season? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I have no idea. I think it's only one season.
I gotta check that out too. I'm bad.
I'm bad too. I watch so many things, but I feel like I'm all over the place. Like I just finished Tiger King, and I'm just
okay. Tiger King.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Girl, I have so many opinions. You want to start, or you want me to start?
My biggest opinion is how did we just move over the fact that these animals are so abused?
Oh, all
like,
the time.
End of the day, and like there's this. Do you allow cursing in your lives? These motherfuckers want to sit here and make comments of like, oh, I didn't know it was $2,000 for a tiger. You don't need a fucking tiger.
You don't need a tiger. That's ridiculous.
If you love animals, you know you don't need a fucking tiger.
100%.
Like, what is wrong with people? I don't care if she fed her husband to the tigers. The tigers needed food. Your ass shouldn't have had a tiger. None of you should have a fucking tiger.
Yeah, no one should own a tiger. There shouldn't be any tigers in the U.S., like, period. They belong where they belong. I 100% agree on that front. However, I am very empathetic, and I understand that it could have started with good intentions. Like, I do think that Joe Exotic started out as an animal lover.
I mean...
But I think he's just like a wild, like, uneducated, savage person.
No. All these people cared about was owning things.
And
ownership.
Being rich. That's true.
They all had these huge egos that they just needed to own things. Like, look at the relationships that they've had. Look at the personal relationships they had. You have one guy who has a flipping cult because he needs to feel like he owns women enough to do what they want. So he has to own women and own animals. And then you have Joe Exotic. Yeah. You have Joe Exotic, who's not in a consensual polyamorous relationship.
Those boys did not.
Those boys did not want to be with him.
Yeah, but it's kind of just like he kept them like drugged and like buying them toys, adult like ATVs and guns.
Own them.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. But that's a dynamic that happens all the time. I've noticed a dynamic in other industries with other people, which I'm not going to get into, but I've seen that. I've seen older, richer men keep younger people at their side by just buying them shit. And it's like, and having them on drugs mostly. That's the number one common thing you'll see when a relationship you could tell is not consensual. When the person in power is providing them drugs and keeping them hooked on something, keeping them whatever. That is pure abuse. And I do agree that he was abusing both of his husbands, all of the husbands he's probably had. But don't you think he was set up though for that? I feel like the Jeff Lowe guy, the guy that wears the hat.
Oh, that man burned his own alligators. He did that to himself.
Yeah, I think he burned his own alligator. But the Jeff Lowe guy is the guy that wears the bandana with the hat. I think that because he came in and he's like, oh, I'm going to invest. I'm going to save your zoo.
All
this shit, whatever. And then he got his friends.
You got to differentiate the white guys from me.
There's so many of them.
You got to do the one with the bandana, the one with the hat, the one.
Yeah, okay. Jeff Lowe is bandana plus hat. 2 headpieces, like a total douchebag.
The one with the young girlfriend, and he told her to lose weight as soon as she had the fucking baby. That piece of work.
He's like, oh, we're going to get Lauren in the gym, and then this is going to be the new babysitter. Trash. It's so trashy. So many of the people are so damn trashy. But it was
you think people that aren't trashy own tigers? You shouldn't own a fucking tiger.
I know. But there's no rules to protect it, especially in the middle of freaking nowhere America where no one's being checked for those things. And, like,
girl, you know Joe Exotic is in like Florida. We need to go check out Gatorland. Do you remember Gatorland?
Dude, you know what makes me feel bad? When I was growing up, I had a stepbrother. My mom was married to a man, and I had a stepbrother named Eddie, and he worked at a place called the Alligator Farm at the Everglades, and we would go on Sundays to see him. He would wrestle alligators. He would drive the airboats. Because it was the Everglades. Like, that's what you do.
That's what you do. Oh, yeah. I used to fish next to gators all the time. I used to fish next to
It's just like a weird culture. And then when I look back at it, that place, I'm sure it's still open. It was called the Outpost Alligator Farm. They had a black bear. They had an aardvark. They had a panther. They had all types of shit. And now that I'm thinking about it, and it sounds bad, I'm not judging, but I don't want to say they're like the Joe Exotic people, but you know what I mean? Like, they're just rough around the edges, could work at a carnival, could own tigers. Like, it could go either way. So I'm just like, how do you own a black bear? Like, where do
you shouldn't own a black bear. Like,
no.
there are places where there are like people that like the San Diego Reserve, where they have like the elephants in the zoo. Like, they actually bring you and show you everything, and you can't touch these animals. You can't like be holding them, because they know that that's not something that is good for the animal. That animal cannot consent to any of that.
But you see, that's the difference. People are saying, oh, Carole Baskin is such a hypocrite. I'm not a fan of Carole Baskin, but
I'm not a fan of Carole Baskin. Hello,
that's
all
the
you
difference.
Cats and kittens.
Yeah, but that's the difference between her place and Joe Exotic's place. So like, he buys baby tigers and breeds them for the purpose of people coming and touching them. She doesn't buy any animals. She rescues animals.
She did start breeding. She did breed at first.
She bred before, when she was with the guy she supposedly killed, but at least in the last like 20 years, her mission has been to, like, let's say you bought a baby tiger and then you're like, I have no idea what to do with the tiger. Of course not. She brings it in and then she feeds it for the rest of that cat's life, whatever, but she doesn't let anybody touch it or whatever. Because then again, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna ship that tiger to Africa, set it free?
Yeah, no, they won't.
You can't. Who's gonna front that bill of transportation?
No.
And plus,
and once you take the animals out of their habitat for that long, they're so domesticated that they will starve because they don't know how to hunt.
And they'll just get mauled by a stronger, bigger tiger that has the experience of hunting. So at this point, I feel like the only thing that we can do is completely ban breeding and completely ban the ownership of tigers, so that hopefully in the next 20 years, 25 years,
we even have these animals to even see or learn about. Like, yeah. It's so crazy to me.
Dude, at the end of the documentary where they're like, oh, there's Joe Exotic has 227.
Wait, Netflix just entered the chat.
Oh,
okay, the Joe Exotic songs are a bop. Netflix, I get it. I watched it, okay? I lived for it. I loved it. I just have my opinions about that man and buying tigers, okay?
I don't like him, but I feel for him. I have a little bit of empathy for him. I feel like he's so likable. He's so likable.
How is he likable? The way he talked about Carole Baskins in that show, like that show within, like the one that he does himself, he was literally threatening her life. Like, he shot a gun. He shot a gun at a fake her.
Yeah, he's like a wild.
How is that charming, Gabby?
No, that part is not. I do not condone that. I'm just saying him as a person. Like, I love that he's like LGBT and like out, and he's actually done a lot for the LGBT community. I'm just gonna say, he's at the beginning he protested. He's like, I don't know. I feel for him. He's just a character. He's an animal abuser and he is a human abuser. And he was really bad to his employees. And you know what really fucking bothered me? When his employee got her arm cut off torn off by the tigers, he came back inside to like where the people that were touring his facility said, and he said, one of my employees stuck their arm through the cage, so we have to shut down the zoo, whatever. It's like, why are you victim blaming her? Right off the bat. Oh, if
that had happened to me, it would be Jessica Exotic's tiger place. I would own that place. He would be done.
Yeah. No.
Like, did he pay her off? Like, come on. No, you just got your arm bit off.
She came to work after 7 days after the attack.
That's not okay.
Because she didn't want to make him look bad. She's like, oh, I didn't want people to say that the tigers, like, because his whole thing was like, oh, people are gonna blame the tigers and say that we shouldn't have tigers. And
that tiger is not to blame. That tiger did what a tiger does.
Right. So her saying like, oh, I didn't want people to place blame on the tigers, so I came to work after 7 days. I was like, yo, that is a brainwash.
Jessica's not the tiger queen, Netflix.
She's defending the tigers.
If I was tiger queen, I would have let those tigers go.
Where do you put them?
I at this point, I don't know.
It's a layered and complex issue, and I'm glad Netflix brought it to the forefront, because now I have so many questions. I would like one of these documentaries about every single industry out there. Thank you so much. I want to know everything about all the industries, because look how like layered and fascinating that world is. Like, what a murder trial, and like I can't even. So many things went wrong when so sad when his husband accidentally killed himself.
Oh my God, that was horrible. That was like the worst. Like, I almost had to stop it there. Like,
I didn't know that was coming. They needed Netflix, a little trigger warning would have been nice, because I was like,
that was so.
I mean, sad. I think it was accidental. Yeah, but I recommend it, guys. I know we just spoiled like the whole thing, but
oh my god, yeah, we totally did. I mean, no, you should still go see it.
You should still go see it.
You should definitely see it. If you haven't watched on my blog.
Noelia, which is actually one of our Alaman mommy, she said, "Did you guys watch the SeaWorld one?" I haven't. Have you?
Oh, Blackfish? Is it Blackfish?
What? I didn't see that. Sounds really sad.
Is the SeaWorld one Blackfish?
I know that Blackfish is about SeaWorld, but I personally stopped going to places like that. I stopped going to SeaWorld like over 10 years ago. Like I've been known that that's so wrong.
I grew up going there as a kid.
Yeah, you're Central Florida. It's like a part.
Yeah. We would go on field trips.
Me too.
And then then as soon as like I got older and I was like putting things together, I'm like, this is not. Yeah, this is terrifying. But I did see Blackfish, and that was, oh my god, it was so sad, so sad. And you're just sad for everybody, because that to me, it's different for people, I think, putting them into SeaWorld, but I feel like the people who worked at SeaWorld, like the trainers and like the young kids who started working there, I feel like they started working there because they loved these animals. That's different for me, but because so many of them died. But I mean, I still don't believe that you should ever have like dolphins
but like, you don't think that the people that worked for Joe started working there because they loved animals too?
Oh yes, absolutely. And I think that Joe, you're right. I think Joe had great intentions when he started, because he would hire a lot of people that were recently like released from incarceration, you know, people that were, you know, homeless and people that were like trying to get off drugs. That I totally understand. But I feel like there was a switch.
Yeah, where the money, man.
Yeah, where then it became about power.
Yeah,
and true. That's not okay.
It became about who has the biggest zoo, who's the most rich, who has the most tigers. Like,
yeah,
they talked about the Miami Zoo. I've been to that one. Do you remember the guy in like episode 2, the Cuban guy that he had served like 12 years in jail, whatever?
Yeah.
I went to his facility actually. I didn't know it was a zoo. They marketed it as like a wildlife foundation, like a wildlife sanctuary. So I thought it was like they rescue animals and but no, they're breeding these freaking animals too. So I won't be going there ever again. But it's a shame, because animal lovers are attracted to places like this, because you're like,
yeah, because you want to be connected, but you don't realize, especially as a kid.
Yeah,
you're going to Joe Exotics and seeing, oh, I can play with tiger cubs. Like, why would you not want to do that? But then you realize, you put things together and you're like, this is not this animal. And then so many of them were saying that they were being killed after they weren't a cuddly age.
I know, that was bad. They found 5 tiger skulls.
No. Mm-mm.
I know. Wild.
No. And on a lighter note, makeup, what's up?
Seriously though, right? So I was saying that, wait, you're an Aries, right? You just had a birthday?
I did. March 23rd.
Oh, my birthday's March 17th. I'm a Pisces.
Ah, you're a Pisces. I'm like on that cusp, because I think March starts on the 21st.
Yeah, it does. It changes on the 21st.
Everyone loved that entire Tiger King conversation.
Who is oh my god, here we go again with the CEO. What does that mean? It's not okay. I swear Carol killed her husband, Prob.
She may have. I'm not saying she didn't. I don't know.
In this country, we cannot say innocent until proven guilty. Thank you, Brianna. That's so sweet.
Oh, somebody said something about a pronoun. If I use somebody's incorrect pronoun, I apologize. I definitely
likewise. I did not know if I did that. Someone said, Monzi, why you gotta break Caesar's heart?
Monse. Well, he was kind of a trash bucket and cheated on her a couple of times, y'all.
Where I'm at, he's been a trash bucket.
Oh! Diego has left the chat.
Where I am right now, he's kind of annoying me.
Alamar, you are the best. You should pin that one.
I like Monse. I like that she says whatever she wants, and she's really like, okay, with her 2 best friends. She's like, you guys are pissing me off. Like, let's get it together.
I love her. I live for Monse and I live for Sierra. So it's like, that's what's so crazy about our show too, is that like, we are such a real family.
I know. I've seen a lot of your interviews. You guys really do seem like a real close family.
Like, good, bad, and indifferent. Like, we will fight with each other. We will like love on each other. Like,
we spend so much time together. It's like not even.
We do. We don't even go to our trailers.
When you guys are filming, how long does it take to film a season, and like how many hours a day do you film? Like, I'm so fascinated by that. If you don't mind.
Well, we're not a typical show. We are a lot higher speed than I've ever worked. This last season, we shot it in 10 weeks. Like,
wow, okay.
8 episodes, 10 weeks. It was like that. And it was crazy. And you're working, it depends on like if you're, we try and do every day's different, like, and different. I would say the majority of the time, I would say Brett was working the longest hours and would be there like 5 o'clock in the morning and leaving at like 11 p.m. So that was some of our days. I was working on My Block and Diary of a Future President at the same time.
Okay.
So I actually had a 38-hour workday.
Were the sets near each other?
No. On My Block was in Burbank and Diaries in Manhattan Beach.
Oh, wow. I've never been to Manhattan Beach, but I spend a lot of time in Burbank when I go to LA.
Oh, girl. It's like an hour, sometimes 2 hours.
So you had, how long were your work weeks?
Well, that day was specific. That was the worst day. That was because we shot overnight. We did the festival. Okay. And then I had to go and shoot Diary that morning. But it's like 12, 14-hour days. Sometimes you can have like not have a busy day and you're off. Like you could go to work and you're there for 3 hours.
Yeah, you know what I mean? How many lines you're scheduled for that day, right?
For that day, yeah.
That is so fascinating and so cool. I wish I would have like followed. I think acting is incredible. I love it so much. I was in drama. I was a thespian, but I stayed behind the scenes. I was more of a
thespian. What was your troop number?
1576.
4276.
But I was a tech. I did like stage management and like stage hands and stuff.
I did so much backstage. Like I did sound. I was sound chief for our production of The Wiz.
Oh, that's awesome.
We did I was in wardrobe. I did not ever on stage because no one ever picked my ass for anything.
I was never on stage. I auditioned for 2 things and I didn't get picked, and it shattered my self-esteem. And I was like, nope, that's it. I'm behind the scenes forever.
Oh, see, I just was like, well, then I'll get a new skill, and then when I go to Hollywood, they'll see my potential.
Which is incredible. What a flex. Like, oh, I wasn't in any of the fucking high school productions. Well, watch my ass move to LA and be on a Netflix show.
I kind of try and do that all the time, especially when like I'm really hurt.
That's such Aries energy right there. That prove you wrong and like let that fuel that's Aries energy. I love that. That's a good quality to have.
Thank you. I mean, sometimes it's like the only like kind of relief you can give yourself, especially like if things are super negative, because like I can go to the dark so quickly. Same. Like it's disturbing. Like I'm like, I was just happy and I'm like, I'm garbage trash.
I know, it happens. It's hard. I don't know if it's because, I mean, I think it happens to every human being. Being women, I think I'm gonna give us it's harder, but we really freaking go through it, dude. I go through it too. I struggle all the time with my own thoughts and my own fucking mental blockages. Imposter syndrome like crazy. Don't leave me. Let me get a charger. My phone is dying. Hold on.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just gonna check out your house. Ooh, y'all, look at her fridge. What do you think is in there? How are you guys doing? I'm gonna look at some of these comments since we're here. We love you back. On My Block season 4 has not been confirmed yet. We are very hopeful, but it's not confirmed yet. So stay tuned.
You know what that means?
Y'all
be the first to ask for it. Netflix, what are you doing? Not confirming our girl show. What's going on?
Right? Why are you living for the drama?
She's got to make plans. Come on.
Oh, that's a long one I'm gonna read. So please answer me. You're so pretty. Just please say hi to me. I'm gonna say hi to you, Piper Thompson.
Hi, Piper.
Aw, Andrea. Hi, Andrea.
Okay.
Hey, Queen. Hello. How are you?
We are sufficiently charging. Perfect. So, yeah, I see a therapist. Well, I did for a long time. I haven't been since this whole situation. But what about you? Do you do that to maintain yourself going?
I haven't seen anybody professionally. I would love to. I need to see what my insurance covers, to be quite honest with you. But I have a really dear friend who, her name is Jennifer. I went on live with her yesterday, actually. And she is a clinical therapist, a guidance counselor, and a social worker. And she has really helped me kind of focus and also find a balance with this like what's going on around me and trying to like stay myself and stay balanced and stay healthy, because this place, I mean, we're in uncharted territories right now. Absolutely. Everybody,
It's hella weird. I feel weird every day. I wake up in a weird mood like almost every day because I don't really know what's going on or how I should be acting. I feel guilty for sleeping too much, but then I'm like, why not sleep in? I can do my work. I work for myself. I can, like, it's such a hard thing to navigate, and I'm sure everybody's on the same boat, especially with, you know, a lot of people being laid off. My mom is an esthetician. She owns a salon here in Miami Lakes, and she's closed. So it's tough. It's a lot of uncertainty for sure.
I was feeling the same thing. I was like, how's my girl Nancy doing? I hope she's well. Like, because that's gonna hit them first, especially because like they're not an essential. You know, and that's another thing is owning my own privilege and how blessed I am.
Yeah,
and it's a weird balance, like sharing with people and like going on lives and being like, hey guys, laugh with me and let's have a good time, on top of, I know that you're probably dealing with a lot worse than I am. And
so true.
I want to be, and that's why like I keep sharing the LA food banks and like to donate, and I've been donating because it's like that's literally the least I can do. And it's such a hard thing to kind of like balance not feeling 100% yourself and 100% happy with also you are so privileged. And I think what Lady Gaga said was so right when she's like, we're not all in this together, because I'm not worried where my next meal's coming from. You know, and my mom got laid off during this, but I know, God forbid, if anything were to happen to her, I could take care of her.
Yeah, same.
You know, a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have that. It's very true.
So it's hard to bitch about what's going on with me when I'm, you know, still here being able to talk to you and put a beat on and drink some coffee.
But I think that what we all need to remember is like all of our feelings are valid no matter what, and no matter, like, even though I have privilege beyond comprehension, I still know that like what I'm feeling is real. Like it is what it is. I feel what I feel, and they just like, feeling guilty about your feelings is even worse, because guilt is the most counterproductive low vibe feeling in the world, because it doesn't really do anything. It's like, I'm gonna feel bad and it's not bringing anything to anybody else's life, and it's just bringing me down. So it's just like accepting when I feel bad, riding the wave, and then just waiting for the next, because it always goes away. That's the great thing about me. Like, my dark times don't last, and that's kind of what I need to be grateful for.
Nothing is permanent. I'm gonna blame
Hold on, do not leave me. Hold on.
Okay, again, let's see what's in her fridge. Type out what you think is in her refrigerator. I think she's an almond milk kind of lady. What do you think? Soy? Tell me. Happy birthday! Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher your name.
I'm so sorry. My mother-in-law has called me so many times, and I don't know what's going on. So I just told my fiance to call her back because I don't know what's going on.
Oh no.
She's a teacher. It's my birthday. Can you say hi? Yes, happy birthday. I wish I knew how to say your name.
Yo, I just did the same thing. I was like, is this their name? Is this like I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I think it's Nielsen, not Nails.
I'm gonna try my absolute freaking best right now. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I'm gonna say Hosneiling 1 2 3.
I didn't hear you. Oh, also happy birthday, Anna. Quarantined on your birthday, baby.
Look at all these Aries sisters of yours.
Because we are the leader of the zodiac. That's
you are. You are the first of the zodiac. I'm the last.
Ooh, but that's kind of like save the best for last, you know?
I'll be honest with you, because we've been honest on this chat. I've had my issues in the past with getting along with Aries.
That's okay. We're a mess. I get that.
What are your best friend's signs?
Ooh, that's a very good question. My husband's a Leo.
Okay, wow, okay.
I know. We're both fire signs.
Yeah.
But we're 11 years in. He's stuck with me.
Never a dull moment in that house, I'm sure.
No. I mean, except for nowadays, because now he's attached to that PS4.
Oh, my fiance literally does not stop playing Call of Duty and Counter-Strike. It is so annoying.
Oh, do you want to give me his username? I'll tell him, and he can add to the fucking headset.
Dude, I'm gonna ask. I think actually, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
No, don't say it.
Dude, I'm not. He would kill me.
It's blah blah blah.
He would kill me if I did that. But yeah, it's an issue. He's a Capricorn. We get along really well though.
I don't really have signs I don't do well with. I'm not good dating Sagittarius men.
Interesting.
That was the thing. I had a couple exes that were Sagittarius and then didn't go well.
Dude, you like fire signs.
I do.
That's so
I always have to people have to keep me guessing. My whole thing is like, I don't like to overpower people. I have a very strong personality and I can bulldozer over people. And I don't like doing that because then in retrospect, I realize I do that. And I'm like,
Yeah, and I'm sure for you, like if someone's like so easy for you to just like overpower, like that's not an interesting or like engaging relationship because it's like, where's the challenge?
Right. And that's just in probably like a romantic relationship. I'm really good with most signs friendship wise because I'm really good at adapting to what other people need me to be. Is that weird? Like, I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but I can kind of tell like, oh, you kind of need me to be more calm. You need me to like come at you a little different.
I don't think that's bad. I think that that's a good sign of like emotional intelligence. I think that that's like good. I do the same thing. I know how to like make people around me feel comfortable and kind of blend in and not make it about me and read the room. Like that's a really valuable thing to have. That's good.
Oh, Paula Goddesses is in the chat.
Hello.
Ruby's mom is in the chat, y'all. Do you know that Paula, Ruby's the incredible actress who plays Ruby's mom on the show, was in Dangerous Minds? Do you remember that movie?
Dangerous Minds? No, I actually
don't. With Michelle Pfeiffer, The Gangster's Paradise?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Girl.
I don't think I've seen it, but now I know what to do. I got plenty of time here.
That is a staple movie. It is one of the best movies ever.
I've heard the name though. I know that's like a staple. Is that like a thriller or like a?
No. It's like, I mean, it's kind of like a drama, but it's like Michelle Pfeiffer is this like, you know, white lady teacher, and she goes and teaches in an inner city school, and they don't give a shit about her from the get. And then she kind of earns their trust, and then she like ends up being a really good teacher to them. And then like, you know, I won't tell you what ends up happening, but Paula was one of the students. And she was one of the first Latinas I saw on TV, and I was like, "Ooh, look at her hoop earrings! I'm gonna get some hoop earrings."
Oh my god, I have to see that. That kind of reminds me of what's that movie with Hilary Swank? Is it Hilary Swank?
Which one? The the next Karate Kid, or are you talking about like $1 Million Baby?
Might not be Hilary Swank. She's like a teacher, a white teacher at an inner city school.
And yeah, Freedom Writers.
Freedom Writers. I love that movie. That is such a good movie.
I watch a lot of movies. I think I auditioned for that movie, to be honest with you.
Are you serious? That is so cool. I would love to know, like, on a separate chat, like, everything you've auditioned for.
Oh, I would tell you now. I don't care. But also, like, as soon as things come out and I'm not in them, I'm typically like, oh, I bet it didn't do well.
Yeah, seriously.
They don't call me back, and I'm like, it's bullshit. Don't go.
You have to have the thickest skin to deal with that rejection all the time.
I got it in high school, though.
That ain't me.
I literally got it in high school.
I didn't get casted twice. I said, I guess I'm not an actress because I can't deal with this again.
Girl, you can't have a gap like this and eyebrows like this and not come with some kind of like some bullying.
No, but look at that, dude. Look at that. Like, you're stuck to who you are, and like now it's your brand. You built a character, an iconic character, off of those distinct features of yours that you might not have always loved, and now you're like, damn, like this is amazing.
It's also one of those things, Brett said it the other day, and it could not be like the more true thing. What makes you unique, what people make fun of you for today, will be what makes you the most money.
I agree.
Guaranteed. Like, people do not realize that. Like,
you know who must feel that way a lot? Like the character that plays Ruby's character, because it's not they're not a typical person. They're not a typical, but they make such a cute couple with you, by the way. I love that. Oh. Yes, I love that. I think it's so interesting.
I love Ruby and Jasmine more than anything. Pero Jason.
Well, I don't know about Jason IRL.
No,
I like Ruby.
I'm gonna do it too. No. I dropped it. I love Jason. He's one of my best friends. But we're at that point where like we just would rather. We're like siblings to the point where we fight and have to like talk shit to each other to say that we love each other. Does that make sense?
What sign is him?
Oh my god, you're gonna tell me like I know his birthday.
Are you serious? How do you not? I have a freaking I know everybody's sign out there. I could probably tell you your co-star signs. Give me enough time.
Do it. No, when is Jason's birthday? I should really know that. But he is like such a mess. Like, he will just knock on my door because we don't live that far away from each other. He'll just knock on my door and be like, "So what are we eating?" And then expect me to just cook something. That's how Jason rolls.
That's nice. I like that. I love those comfortable relationships.
No, I do too, but don't tell him because I'd rather give him shit about it.
I won't. If I ever meet him, I'll be like, "Oh, you're the guy that Jessica literally hates."
Yeah. Oh my god.
She's always talking shit about
it. If you see our interviews together, you know that we know each other like too well. Like, July 3rd is Jason's birthday, by the way. I totally knew that. I didn't look at Maggie Poco Loco to find that out.
He is a Cancer. He's a Cancer to me as well. Is he emotional? You're so mean. He's not emotional?
He's not really emotional. Like, not
Cancer who isn't emotional? That's my fiance.
He's probably, like, more internally, like, chaotic than he is out. He's very chill. He's very chill. He's someone that you could be like, someone could say like the meanest things to him and he'd be like, okay.
Secure in himself.
He's very secure and very, like, he's just cool.
That's awesome. That's
like,
cool.
I feel like
I hope my friends describe me
him because I want to feel as cool as him, if that makes sense.
I really like that when I'm not around, people are just like, Gabby's just cool.
Gabby, pin that. Can you pin that comment giving the percentage code?
Oh, yes. Wait, where is it?
You see how I'm working for you, girl?
No, thank you. I didn't even see that. I'm so focused on our convo here. Wait, hold on. Where is it? Is it up high?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, I'm just going to write it.
I don't want to comment. There we go.
Well, if you
guys
ever
are
come
so
to
sweet
LA, I want to see you in real life.
Yes, girl. Where are we going? What do you like to eat?
One of my favorite places is in Studio City, and it's called Sun Cafe.
Oh my God, I thought you were going to say The Counter, and I was going to be like, girl, I worked there.
No way.
I opened that restaurant.
The Counter. I've never been.
It's a build-your-own-burger restaurant.
Oh, I'm vegetarian, but I'm sure you guys have vegetarian.
They have incredible vegan burgers. They're made out of panko breadcrumbs, so you can absolutely eat them. And they're not trying to, like, look like beef. Like, you can see that, like, everything you're going to eat.
Girl, there's no way I'm going to pin this thing. I don't know how to do it.
Ay, Dios mío.
Do you know how? Teach me.
Hit it. Tap it.
Tap
the actual comment.
Tapped.
Did you tap it?
Pin.
We're all in this together.
Did anybody ever call you Gabriela Montez growing up?
Yes, I've been chubby Vanessa Hudgens my whole life.
Bro, literally, I was
my
Gabriela
whole life.
Montez.
But you know what? She looks like me. Okay.
She does. She does look like you.
Dude. I don't look like her.
Have you ever met her?
No, I want to play her sister in something. Like, I feel like we're destined.
You guys.
I need to play sisters. I need John Leguizamo to play my dad.
You should also be in something with America Ferrera. I feel like you guys also look like you would be related. And she's an icon. She's a Latin icon for sure.
We have spoken very, like, little. Like, we see each other's at a lot of functions. And, like, I don't have the cojones to say anything to her.
What?
So, like, we've been at, like, Latina brunches together in the same room where I'm, like, in these incredible rooms with her and Gina.
I was going to say, I'm like, I met Gina, actually.
But, like, I've been around Gina so much that, like, I don't get the starstruck with her anymore. And plus, she's always like, like, she's so free-spirited that I don't get nervous. But, like, America, like, she holds her power.
I get it.
Like,
those people are intimidating. Like,
and then, like, we're at that same brunch, like, Eva Longoria handed me something, and I was like, I don't know how to tell her. Thank you. Like, I could not speak.
Dude, I understand. I get starstruck, too. When I met Gina, I was super starstruck, but I just went on full compliment mode. I'm like, I saw you at the Variety Roundtable with all of these amazing women, and I just felt so inspired to see you Latina. I just want to laugh. She was like, okay. She just kept nodding.
Try working with Viola Davis, girl.
Oh, my God. I would pass out. I
almost did. I had to keep reminding myself that I was like, okay, you have dreamed of this. Like, you've acted this out as a little kid in your room, working with, like, incredible women like this. Do it. Play pretend again. Like, you know what I mean?
You have to fake it till you make it. Like, you have to psych yourself out of that feeling of, like, panic, because it'll ruin your shot. You can't let it ruin your shot.
No.
Yeah.
No. Damn it. No, I can't.
That's why the next time you see freaking America Ferrera, you need to remember who the hell you are. You are Jasmine, bitch. You need to come out here with full intensity and be like, you want to know me. I'm Jasmine.
And then cut to me actually doing it, and I'm like, hello. My name is Jasmine. I mean, Jessica. I mean, do you watch on me Netflix?
That's more like what's Ruby's best friend's character's name? Jamal?
Yeah.
His character. He's so spazzy.
Brett, but, like, you don't even understand, like, Brett is a superstar.
Yeah.
Like, a superstar.
He's hella entertaining.
He can go from having a full-on conversation to you about life and, like, the meaning of life, and then they're like, action. He's like, like he can turn it on like nobody's business. And he's also like an incredible singer-songwriter. He has an album dropping very soon. It's called Blue, and it's going to be unbelievable, and y'all have to get it. But Brett's on another level.
That
like,
is
Brett
so nice.
and Julio
You're such
are
a
on
good
another
co-star.
level. Me?
Yeah,
No.
you're so, look at you hyping them up. That is so nice.
Well, I love them, and they're also so talented. And it's like, it's one of these things where we should live in this world of just like gratitude and like lifting each other up, especially in times like this. Like, I want to see everything y'all make. I want to see like anything beautiful that can come out of this. Like, I want to see it.
I'm on the exact same page with you on that.
So I'm gonna need like, what's our next? What are you gonna be dropping soon? Like, what do I need to buy soon?
Girl, it's tough right now because of the coronavirus, a lot of our manufacturers and labs and stuff are closed because they want to keep their employees safe and stuff. So a lot of our timelines are going to probably be a little delayed. So I can't really give you anything right now. We had something planned for May that was like already like a year out plans, and it's looking like it's not going to happen. So it's just got to adjust, and you know, we'll figure it out. But yeah, we shall see. But I'm the exact same way. I was telling my story the other day because I saw this stupid ass thing on Twitter. People always are haters, and they're like, oh, you guys are not influencers. Like, why are you posting your morning routine? Like, everybody thinks they're an influencer now. And I'm like, that is so ridiculous. Like, I want to see what my friends are doing. Like, if I don't care how many followers you have, like, engage, show me your life. I want to know. Like, show me how you make your coffee. Show me how you do your skincare routine. Like, it doesn't matter. Just like give something positive out to the universe. Put something nice out, and like, if you see someone that's putting something nice out, someone that's not technically always typically doing content, encourage them. Let them know, like, wow, this is so nice. I loved seeing your recipe. Like, that is so important right now because people are just so desperate to make connection because we're alone.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's such an easy time to get depressed.
Girl.
It's so like we were talking in the comments, and I was looking, and everyone was talking about mental health and how important it is. Like, it's the only thing. It's our beginning and our end, and like how we have to keep catching back to who we are and checking in with ourselves. And if you've decided, you know, maybe you've wanted a YouTube channel for years and you've not had, you know, the courage to do it, and then you do, and then for that to be the comments that you get, like, that's going to be so easy for someone to fall back into, you know, and regress. But I feel like also in that same breath, whoever is typing that negativity is probably dealing with a lot on their own.
They suck. Whoever's typing, whoever has time and has the heart to be like, who do you think you are? Like, that's so sad. They have something going, and you can't let that be the thing that deters you. Like, you literally cannot, because those people's opinion it's not relevant when they're in such a dark place to be saying things like that. Whenever I come across, like, I've had people like apply to be interns with me, right? Or like they want to work with me, or a girl that I used to work with at Mac. And then when I started looking through their social, I've seen that they leave really nasty comments. Like, I was working with a girl at Mac who left a disgusting comment. You know who Amrizi is, the influencer? Amrizi. She's like she's stunning. She's like a New Yorkan. She's like an influencer. She's from New York. She has an amazing attitude, amazing body, amazing face, just freaking stunning. And this girl left such a disgusting comment on this influencer's thing. And mind you, Amrizi has like 5 million followers, and I know this girl in real life. And I'm like, did you wrote this on Amrizi? She's like, yeah, it's how I feel. I'm like, oh my god, you're like dead inside. Like, why?